But yeah, shout out to ET Pwn Home. It's been a while. Oh, by the way, since you're here, ET Pwn Home, mate, where have you been for the NA qualifiers? It's been 2 already and we haven't seen you. Come on.
Yeah. Sure, he's got some excuse out there. I should have just messaged him on Twitter, but as one of the fellow Texans for now, that we're going to try and get a LAN if Corona ever decides to subside. But nonetheless, Corona's still here. We're all indoors. Hopefully you are indoors, staying sanitary, healthy, and clean, because these players are going to do anything but that. It's about to get dirty right here on Ice and Chrome. Ellie in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, playing for New Angel Gaming, I believe is the team, from what I recall. It is Yerold, question mark.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Ice and Chrome LE, we have the Colombian Zerg player. Currently, despite the clan tag, representing Cosmos Esports, as I did double check with him, it is eGGz.
I'm ready.
Okay. I know we've been having a lot of upsets today, but we should see, like, at least for now, a return to sanity. You know, we've got eGGz here. He's literally one of the best Zerg players in the region. He goes toe to toe with people like Jim Rising. He's been practicing so hard for this. How is he gonna do against the Peruvian player Kaozfate?
I hope he does good.
Man, I just want to get into some solid macro like Ling Bane against Bio. You know, it's.
I never thought I'd be like, no more cheese, but please, no more cheese. Master duo password.
Oh, nice.
No big upset there. I'm not too familiar with the players, but you know, they're not like top-notch players that we're all waiting to hear from.
Yeah, Master, he's like a solid Brazilian player, but again, I would like kind of rate players like even Yanji ahead of him. That could just be like us because, you know, we're more familiar with Yanji, but yeah.
Well, you know, we say that, but Master beat Perarch and Password beat Yanji. Yeah. And now it's a Brazilian team kill, Zerglord versus Master.
Yeah, and that's the great thing about like DreamHack is that like this is what a lot of the players are kind of training for and waiting for, like Jarpy, right? And this is kind of where they show their true forms, and we can get a better idea of where people are like in terms of skill, you know.
Ooh, and now Zion's 2-0 Cholocarro. But yeah, exactly. I don't know, man. Is this the first Zerg of the day?
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
because
you know, disgusting the patch. If the patch is live, I believe it is. That means that the lanes are a little bit different now. Yeah, the Baneling has less does less damage against regular units. Same against lights, which is like Marines and stuff, but it'll do less against Marauders. I thought light was a caster. ET Pwn said he had to work. That is unfortunate.
God damn it, Yoda.
You all right there, Light?
God damn it, Yoda. Shaking my head.
FMH.
All right. But I think something that's cool is that Kaozfate has been on fire, as in these qualifiers. We haven't been able to see him though, so I'm kind of curious to see how he does. I want to see how good he's become.
I thought we casted him once. I don't think we casted him. Maybe we just saw him on the bracket defeating good people.
Yeah, pretty much. We've casted him before and stuff like Sentimental Latino or Battle of the Americans.
Yeah, for sure. I felt like we casted him last one, but I guess not. And yeah, simple, only 6 Hellions, and he's going for the Liberator harass.
Yeah.
Good old Hellib.
It's something that we've seen more often. It's this 1-1-1 fast stim into that Liberator. So ideally the Liberator hits in the main base, whereas the Hellions, they hit at the third, you know, trying to deal some damage. So yeah, we'll see how this goes for Kaozfate.
Kaozfate is on fire right now, like you said, so I don't know. I don't know how this will work.
Yeah, I also don't really know how much the new patch will really affect Zerg in this matchup. I know it's meant to affect PvZ the most, which is also why I'm worried about Turkey Dano versus eGGz. This matchup, there will be some things like, again, like planetary Banelings will take a lot more Banelings to kill planetary, I believe. But yeah, I don't know. It's not a big deal.
That's exactly what we needed. Oh, it's a huge deal for us.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you guys? Maybe that's why we're seeing the Latin Americans go Roach, Hydra, and staying away from the Lings. At the Ling Bane, maybe to save for the patch.
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, yeah, we'll see what eGGz does. To me, eGGz doesn't feel like a player that goes Roach Hydra though. Like, we see that a lot from Ryu, for example, but eGGz, he feels like more of a, you know, Ling Bane kind of guy.
Yeah.
Oh, and we already see the Hellions, they do get dealt with, but at the same time, the Liberator goes into the main. Not too many drone kills though.
Yeah, not too many drone kills at all. He's gonna try and go for a Ling run by, but man, this is looking pretty solid and chill. You know, they're uneven workers, but mules, of course. Third base does need to be secured here for Year-old here pretty soon. And here we see it, the Banes, the Bane bus coming. There is one tank, but that's not necessarily enough to take out this. And +1/+1 for the Banes is coming up, so they will be able to take a tank shot like it's nobody's business and still continue to blow down the wall.
Yeah, this is actually really nicely timed. 1-1, or at least one armor is already done for eGGz. He goes in, he busts through. Oh, does back off.
But he realized he doesn't have enough to go in and take out the army, plus the tank and the Marines. Still a little scary though. Yeah. It's really powerful, by like a show by eGGz here that he didn't commit. Like when you blow down that wall, you're like, oh, I got the wall, I have to go in. It's just too juicy to not go in. But he was like, no, I'd rather save the 20 Lings that I would have lost. And he's getting +2/+2 Baneling speed as well.
Yeah, it's really cool, like the split second decision that he just made, because like he goes in, and then if there wasn't tanks there, he would have probably committed, but because there were, then he backs off. So, you know, it's kind of like a reaction response depending on what the Terran has.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
go for a little push here. Oh my god, look at that derping Ursidon.
I was a bit worried that it was going to be gunned down, but yeah, he's still there. Still good.
I gun him down sometimes.
You gun him down? Fun. You played when you play Terran?
Sport. Yeah, just for sport.
How could you? How could you? Oh god! And there's nothing here. Like, sure, there's a tank on the high ground, but oh god.
Yeah. Okay, we're going with a little bit of counter harass here. The creep spread is absolutely ridiculous for eGGz in the majority of the map. Year-old is actually clearing it out on this side. He's got to wait for the creep to subside before he can actually make a move. eGGz trying to replace the creep down. He's got a good amount of queens and only 2 tanks here. I don't think it's enough to take this base out. Ling speed just completed. Baneling speed, sorry, that is. He doesn't need to. Oh, he goes for the surround. He's going to crush this.
Yeah, he just completely annihilates this push from Kaozfate as the tanks all went down. He did save the majority of the Marines. It looks like he's going to try and drop into the main base, but eGGz, he should be on top of this. He has some stack defense, has some Ling Bane as well. So yeah, he's ready for the drop. We'll see if Kaozfate can, you know, situate himself really nicely anyway, but there's plenty here. Oh, here come the mains.
Ooh.
Yeah, and honestly, I really like this from eGGz. Like, he's playing like Dark right now. He skipped Mutalisk, he skipped Hydras, he's going straight into Hive.
Straight into Hive. And god, look at this army. He's almost maxed out already, eGGz that is, and he's really not losing too much workers here. He's already going into Hive, as you said. His creep is non-stop here, and this is what I feel. I feel good now. We're back at it. eGGz is reigning supreme here, as a Latin American tournament should be. We should not be seeing Destan going down to Jarpy. We should not be seeing Destan and Jarpy, that was a close one, but we should not be seeing Jarpy go down to Turkey Dano Cheese.
Yeah, I mean, you know, welcome to the new patch, right? Oh god. But so far it's been really cool. Like Kaozfate, he does have 2 drops going out at the moment. He's been trying to find some damage, and he kills a couple of workers here and there, but nothing too big. Like eGGz, for the most part, he's been there in position. You know, he even has a bit of Ling Bane here in the main base. So even though the drop does go down, like there's plenty here to respond to it. Even here in the middle of the map as well. Oh.
Oh my gosh, it's getting pretty hectic here. Oh, that little army just sitting right there on creep. Yerald is trying to attack in so many different places. Hot pickups from him. He's going to be able to take out this base here just barely. He's going to be able to pick up and get out.
No,
oh no.
Fire.
Oh no, he didn't target fire. But he did pick up his other medevac and go into the main base where everything died. But now he's here at the 3rd. At the same time, eGGz is going for a counterattack. He barely lifts off. It is burning down though, bleeding out. He needs to repair that. eGGz is going to try and get a surround here, some sort of good engagement, and he needs to be careful with how he plays this out.
Yeah, definitely. And honestly, I kind of wish Kaozfate was going for more drops, but oh, it looks like eGGz is going to try and engage. Doesn't quite work though, but he's going for the surround. Oh god.
And I think eGGz is just doing solid right now though.
Yeah, just like that. He takes everything out except for the wind mine, since he doesn't have detection. But again, like eGGz, he was being so greedy this game, and it's so difficult to make this work. Again, he skipped out on all the anti-air. That's why the drops have been able to do so much. Like there's no mutas, there's no hydras, but now like he survived long enough. Ultralisk Den is already done. We've got kindness plating on the way. We've got vipers out as well. Like eGGz was being greedy with the way he was teching, and he's gotten away with it.
Yeah, eGGz is just a different animal here. I didn't expect anything but this from him. And, you know, Light, ask and you shall receive. You wanted a good old Ling Bane versus Bio, and you got it.
Yeah, this is exactly what we want. Like, and this is like how, especially like how I try to play. It's so hard because like playing this style, you can be abused by drops. And Kaozfate, he tried, but again, like it wasn't really enough. eGGz, he was always there. He was able to minimize the damage from those drops, and he's going for another Dream drop, but it already gets scouted as well.
It already gets scouted, man. He's on fire right now. Spire, you think he's gonna go Broodlords? I feel like drafting NA in Latin America, we don't see Broodlords enough, but they are still a viable option.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, you get Corruptors because your opponent should be getting Liberators to help deal with the Ultralisk, but okay, doesn't commit to the fight. And the big thing that's kind of scary is like the Widow Mines. Like any like solid Widow Mine connections could absolutely destroy the Banelings, so eGGz, he has to be so careful with how he engages.
Yeah, he's gonna have to be very careful, but he's doing pretty good. Hot pickups, gonna go in the main. He actually has nothing in the main for defense, I think. Oh, except a whole bunch of queens.
Yeah.
But honestly, he can drop on these queens. Oh, but here's the majority of the army. He's got a split for the Banes. He does send one Ultralisk up first. Great call. Takes all the Bane shots to the face, and he's gonna clear all this up. All the workers go down at that 3rd base. Pretty much crippling the economy of Yerald. He does have a decent worker count still though, and he has mules, so not completely crippled, but he's definitely not ahead in this scenario right now.
Yeah, that was a really good engagement. To be fair, Kaozfate, he did get pretty amazing Widow Mine shots, but there was just so much army there, so much supply from eGGz, it didn't even matter. He just plowed his way through. In saying that though, Kaozfate, like he has been trading fairly well, and he still has a decent army, so he can try and push out across the map, but at the moment he's just kind of clearing creep. Like he needs to like get into a base, he needs to drop somehow, some way.
Somehow, some way. Yeah. I mean, eGGz pretty much secured his half of the map. He's got like 1 or 2 more bases left to secure.
Yeah, pretty much. And we do see like he is getting those Corruptors as well. Greater Spire on the way. So he will eventually be taking up into those Broodlords. And the problem for Kaozfate is that at this point you need Liberators and you need Ghosts. And he hasn't transitioned at all. Yeah. He's still like bio.
That is pretty interesting.
Yeah, bio mine.
Yeah, very interesting that he hasn't gone any late tech. He has no Thors. Now we see it. The snipes are coming out.
Oh, actually double Ghost Academy. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
Ghost Academy. So are we going to see nukes for the first time in the qualifying matches here?
I would love it. I would love if he started making nukes.
I feel like it's a little. I mean, it could be a move like to get double ghost, academies for upgrades.
Yeah. I mean, it could definitely be to catch up. Again, it's a really good way to go into nukes if you already have 2 ghost academies. I would love it. I would love it if he does go into it. It's so hard to make it work though, right? Like you have to kind of rely that your opponent doesn't catch where the nuke is landing. Like TY, he often uses it just to clear creep, like in the center of the map, and like zone your opponent out. So there's a couple of different ways to use them.
Yeah, for sure. Now, is he gonna get Broodlords? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, he still has a little bit of spare supply, so he could just start making Broodlords. Talking about that Kaozfate, he is kind of like the closer one to maxing out, but I do think that Kaozfate's army at the moment isn't like ideal. I feel like he needs Liberators to help deal with them, and he has to be going for nukes. He's throwing down 2 more Ghost Academies.
He's throwing down also the fusion core, which is going to allow him to get. I don't think he's going for BCs. I'm pretty sure he's going to go for upgrades. Oh my god, there's nothing here. Yeah, liberated range and maybe the medevac speed. If it's in there, I don't know exactly what all upgrades, but there's a lot of upgrades in there.
Yeah.
But seeing all these corruptors kind of gives the tell that he's going to go Broodlords.
Yeah, I mean, he sees the Greater Spire as well, which is also a huge tell. And we do see him switching into Liberators, so he's gonna get that ideal army. It's about whether or not eGGz gives him enough time, because the Broodlords, they're already on the way. He's already, both players are maxed out, but again, Kaozfate, he doesn't have like ideally what he needs. He has a lot of ghosts though. Like there's a lot of potential with snipes.
Yeah.
And
so much potential with snipes, but there's no anti-air here, so you can pretty much just go Ling Bane against these ghosts, and I don't think EMPs are gonna do too much here. Oh my god, how did he miss that?
Yeah, Jesus. And now like the Terran army is completely out of position. The planetary goes down. This other CC is gonna go down as well. Really nicely done by eGGz.
It's gonna force a big engagement. I think it's going to force a big engagement by Yarrow now, because he knows the entire army's on that side of the map. I guess it's not an engagement, just harass. He's going for the north and the southeast portion of the map. He's going to take out 2 bases at once if he can.
Oh yeah,
the defense is too good.
He's going to try. He takes out a Nautilus, which is quite nice. Like that is a pretty,
that's a good pick.
Yeah, nice pick off there. But he does get pushed away again. Both players are maxed out. I don't know how I like Kaozfate. He has part of me feels like he has too many ghosts. I don't know. That's a lot of supply in ghosts, and ghosts are great against heavy Broodlord Ultra. But if there's enough Ling Bane, then the Ling Bane also kind of counters ghosts. I
think that's what eGGz discovered, and he's going for heavy ghosts now. Or I'm not heavy ghosts. I'm sorry, heavy Lings right now, because there's not a lot of Banes mixed in here. He's got some gas banked up. He's barely getting +1 attack, air attack, and there we have it. Finally, we're getting 4 nukes on the way.
This is great. This is beautiful. This is what we want to see.
Yeah. Strangely enough to me, out of eGGz, we haven't seen any Infestors or Vipers.
Yeah, we did see.
That's super weird.
Ooh, nice with my connection there. And I don't know if this is where eGGz wants to engage. He does pick off a tank. But on what you were saying, there were Infestors earlier, but they all got sniped. They didn't get sniped, but they got picked off earlier.
Yeah. But normally you always have those units with your army in the late game.
Yeah.
That's why they're late game units.
Like they should have been remade, like definitely.
Yeah. Vipers, oh there he goes. They're being remade.
Oh, Infestors actually. Okay.
Yeah, Infestors. I kind of like that, because if you can fungal the ghost and then go ahead and jump on him, you're golden. But the problem with Ghost is I believe their attack is a spell, so blinding clouds don't really affect it.
Yeah, that's why like the Infestors are kind of ideal. Like Fungals interrupt snipes as well, it's important to note. But you have to be careful, because obviously Ghosts have EMPs and they can MP all the Infestors. So yeah, well, it's kind of a dance of the spellcasters once they get into play.
And here comes some snipes down. The Fungals are not in position yet. But it's like you said, I think there's too many ghosts here. There's not enough to stop these Broodlords. There's so many Broodlords that the snipes aren't enough. There's literally 10, 9, 8 Broodlords left now. The Banelings are coming in. Oh my god. I think this is it. There's not enough to hold. The Banelings are rolling through. They're going to connect. The ghosts are trying to run, but it's not enough. They're out of vision of the air, though, so they're kind of just shooting blindly, exploding on the army, and while they didn't all take out the army, there's enough here to clean up the ghost, I believe.
Oh god.
They're not, you can't see them.
All the broodlords are gonna get sniped.
There you go.
Everything's gonna go down. Like only 3 broodlords remain, but again, the lings, that's what you want. Yeah, that's all you need.
Lings are perfect.
Yeah.
3 broodlords even stay alive in all this. That is absolutely crazy. The infestors show up, tardy to the party, like the cool guy. They're here after everything went down. They're like, what's up? I heard there was a party. You're like, yeah, there was. It was pretty epic. And now they're showing up. They're going to shoot 1 fungal growth to end the game. And that's going to be the story of game number 2 here. In my predictions, in reality, it could still go on for another hour. But eGGz is looking solid.
Yeah,
he's making so many lings. He doesn't. Oh my god, what a fungal! But it only got there.
But like that's why like we were talking about it leading up to the big engagement. There were too many ghosts. Like you need something to protect them from the Ling Bane, because otherwise Ling Bane just kills all the ghosts, as we just saw. In the end, like eGGz just needed the lings to clean everything up. Oh god. And I mean, he is starting to incorporate more Widowmines, which is great. We saw amazing Widowmine shots earlier, but as all that was happening, like the base to the south was taken out as well. Like eGGz was able to deny the planetary that was being thrown down. So yeah, like Chaos, he's starting to slowly kind of get starved out. Like he's struggling to hold on to these bases. Like eGGz, he's going for it again, like the big run by.
Yeah, I'm sad we didn't see any nukes yet.
Right, he has 4. I honestly just completely forgot about him. Yeah, we had 4 nukes, and now there are no more ghosts. So he just can't nuke.
He should have tried to drop some in that last engagement. He didn't even use his EMPs. Yeah. I mean, not that it would help, but he just let all of his. I think that was the big mess up here, is that he let all of his ghosts go down.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like it's not like the fungals came into play when it came to the ghosts, right? Like but.
And he also took out that base yet again. It's just getting rough for Gerald here.
Yeah, I mean,
eGGz is a late game guy. He's got his entire half of the map. Yeah,
again, like Kaozfate, he just can't take the north or the southern bases. Like they keep getting denied. So yeah, he's just kind of being starved out right now. He's running out of money. So that's why we see eGGz just like shooting up in supply. Like he's just taking more bases. I'm sure there's drops here, which is nice, but there's plenty here to deal with it.
Yeah, he's just starving out Gerald, and pretty soon we're gonna see Gerald on a commercial for like the SPC. We're like, for just 2 minerals a day, you can help feed a starving Terran player. And I don't think it's enough. Even a couple minerals a day won't feed this guy. He's got a couple ghosts. I think this is the last engagement that Gerald has out of him. Lings and Bane moving forward. A couple of Widow Mines, really good connections, but it's still not enough. The fungal growths go down, and they missed the majority, but now they get it. EMPs go down. Still, half of the fungals are available. The infestors did not get all EMP'd perfectly. Uh-oh. These ultralisks are slow. The fungal growths are amazing, though. Wow. They can still take out all of this army here. Oh, my God. The ultralisk are alive still. He's transfusing it. Oh, the hot transfuses. Save the ultralisk to take out another portion of the army. And eGGz has done it. He is moving on. And Gerald is out, and he's going to have to come back and try for that risky 1 opening spot left in 2 days. What a game. That was my favorite game yet. It was standard, a Zerg one. It's all great.
I hope you got your standard games out of the way, because mate, eGGz, he 2-0s Kaozfate, and he's gonna be going up against the master of the cheese, El Pavo, Turkey Dano himself.
Oh my God. Yeah, I got a nice little taste of what it's like to be back in the meta. But now eGGz, I wish it wasn't a frowned upon for me to give you advice. I would love to message you right now and tell you exactly what happened. Turkey Dano did. Not that it would help because I was against Aaron, but
yeah, I mean, honestly, like Mabel's is in the chat. Like,
I'm sure Mabel's has been feeding him all this info the entire time.
Yeah, like 100%. Like Mabel's has been in the chat. She's been watching. She knows. Everyone knows what Turkey Dano's done now. Like here in the chat. So I'm sure that eGGz, he's got to be like updated. Like he's got to know now.
Yeah.
And oh my God.
Darking updating us. Nano is proxy void raying right now as we speak. What an absolute crazy madman. That's the thing now. Proxy void rays. Everyone's gonna have to send something out to look for that now.
That's actually really important that Darking said that, because that means that Nano's also on top of like the new style of play, like the new meta, quote unquote, the new builds.
Yeah.
And Nano, he's the dark horse. He's the he qualified last season. He qualified for summer. He's like a very strong Protoss player when it comes to his like regular macro. If he's also whipping out that cheese, like, oh my god.
It's a big deal when he whips it out. And he's gonna have to play Ryu with the next, so we shall see how this plays out, man. I don't know. We're getting into the qualifiers now. We're not quite there yet. We still got what, one more? One more round before we hit the qualifiers?
Yeah, so it's going to be eGGz versus Turkey Dano. The winner of that will move on to the qualifying match, which will be which I would assume is either Nano or Ryu.
Ryu. I say that, but Nano's on fire.
And again, we don't know if Proxy Void Ray is going to be a thing against Zerg as well. Like,
I'm pretty sure he should know it's coming.
Like, honestly, Nano versus Ryu and eGGz versus Turkey Dano, these are like some pretty...
Those are two crazy PVZs.
Yeah, 100%.
Gosh.
Again, I would love to cast both of them.
It's just holding both.